Hi friends, I'm Michael. I'm going to tell you a true story. If you've heard this story before, please let me know in the comments. Let's get started. The giant that arrived in 350 pieces. In 1885, New York Harbor was waiting for something enormous. But when it finally arrived, it wasn't a giant statue. It was 350 separate pieces of copper and iron. They were parts of what would become one of the most famous symbols in America, the Statue of Liberty. The idea had started in France. French political thinker Édouard de La Boulaye wanted France to give America a monument celebrating liberty and the friendship between the two countries. Sculptor Frédéric Bartholdi took on the challenge, and engineer Gustave Eiffel helped design the massive internal framework. But building the statue wasn't easy. France was responsible for the statue. America was expected to raise money for the pedestal, and then America ran into a problem. The money ran out. Construction on the pedestal stopped. For a while, it looked like America might receive a giant statue, with nowhere to put it. Then newspaper publisher Joseph Pulitzer launched a fundraising campaign. More than $100,000 was raised for the pedestal, and finally, the project moved forward. The completed statue was taken apart in France, packed into more than 200 crates, and shipped across the Atlantic aboard the French ship Isère. It arrived in New York Harbor on June the 17th, 1885. But there was another problem. The pedestal still wasn't finished, so the statue sat in storage while workers completed its new home. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Workers reassembled the enormous structure on Bedloe's Island, piece by piece, until the giant woman holding a torch finally stood above New York Harbor. On October 28, 1886, the Statue of Liberty was officially unveiled. Around 1 million New Yorkers turned out despite rain and fog to celebrate. Think about that. One of America's most recognizable landmarks once existed as hundreds of pieces sitting in crates. It wasn't always the finished icon people see today. First, someone had an idea. Then people had to raise the money. Then engineers had to solve impossible-looking problems. Then workers had to put hundreds of pieces together. And only after all of that did the world see Lady Liberty. That's why her story is more than a monument. It's a reminder that something can look completely impossible when you're staring at the pieces. Sometimes you just haven't finished putting them together yet. Thanks for watching, friends.